Here's media news with the No Lives, comic book man and JR.
I find you pompous, judgmental, and completely self-absorbed. Would you be my friend?
Media News, episode 113, Cooper Jones Default.
Hey folks, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for
Media News.
Media News, coming to you from Alternate Reality. This place right here.
This place.
Which is located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality, where all new comics are 15% off every day for everyone. JR.
What can we say about this time?
But this is going to be an all comic book version of media edition of Media News. Mostly Marvel heavy. And the first story we've got.
Once again,
you take this.
Marvel Entertainment gets another jewel in the crown of we are the cheapest son of a biscuits out there. You know, it seems like we're always railing against Marvel being cheap, but they always give us ammunition like this to go off of.
Thank you, Marvel.
Hey, kids, if there's one Marvel movie that's coming down the pike real soon here that needs a big budget, which one do you think it is?
Black Widow?
Nope.
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Thor. No.
You know,
well, yeah,
but even bigger. One that
even bigger.
Needs a
Iron Man 3.
Even bigger than that.
Bigger. Wow, then it can only be
hefty budget, huge, wide. It's got a lot of characters in it. I feel like I'm on $20,000 pyramid right now. A lot of characters. It's a thing. It's a Marvel. It's a
Rhymes with Revengers.
Yeah.
Justice League.
Oh God Almighty! It's like
Avengers. The Avengers.
The Avengers. Yes, you would think the Avengers would have a huge budget because it's multiple characters.
You got all these characters running around. It's it's an end of the world type story. I'm sure they're not going to sit around and do popcorn and talk about it.
Well,
oh, there you go. There you go. An economy chapter from old Serial. Hey, Iron Man, remember when you fought Whiplash that one time?
Yeah, that was something, man. Yeah,
you go to Iron Man 2 for 20 minutes. And you come back. Yeah, but Thor, remember that time when you...
Even better, they cut to the cartoon of the 60s.
Yeah, even better.
Here's what's happening.
Yes.
Marvel Entertainment has told Joss Whedon he needs to bring this film in under...
How much?
$140 million.
Oh, man.
Now, to give you some sense of comparison, a lot of you are going, $140 million, that's a lot. That's more than I make in a week.
Not for a movie like that, it ain't.
To give you some comparison, the first Iron Man film,
yes.
How many years ago was that? 4 years ago?
Yeah, 4 years ago. So
that film cost $140 million. Iron Man 2 cost $200 million. Spider-Man 3 cost $260 million.
Yeah.
Dark Knight Return, or whatever the last one was, Dark Knight, was $185 million.
Okay.
So all these films have had higher budgets. We're going to try and do The Avengers, a team movie, at $140 million now.
I remember a long time ago, if you go back, and no one's going to do this, I don't know why I'm saying this. But if you go back to Media News' 50 or 60 or somewhere around there, we talked about how Hollywood is bringing down the budgets on films because movies are costing too much and they are not making as much when they go out the door, and so they were bringing the costs of big budget films down. This sounds like something that has to do with that.
Yeah, I think 140 is a little lean for a film like this now.
Well, damn lean for a film like this. Yeah, if it's true. If it's true.
Well, and what's happened is, supposedly, is that since this has gone out onto the set, because they're in pre-production right now, people have walked off the set because there's no money to be had right now.
Why hang around?
And the feeling is...
Oh, you're out of money? Bye.
Exactly. Well, and the feeling is that once they do run out of money, what are they going to do? Shut down production? I mean, they have to finish this film and get it out there, so Marvel's going to have to write a check at some point.
I'm sure there's some film school students someplace who are looking for credit that get to work on it.
Interns coming from there?
Oh, interns! Interns work for free.
Hey, fans, you want to see an Avengers movie made by a bunch of interns?
Interns, there you go.
Great for $140 million. But that's the state of that. Now, speaking of budgets on Marvel movies,
yes,
Sony Pictures is making Ghost Rider: The Spirit of Vengeance.
Yes, that's not Marvel. That is Disney. It's Sony.
Sony Pictures, right? By the way, the Sony deal the Disney deal we talked about a few weeks ago, that is for distribution rights. That is not for actually ponying up money to make the films.
Right.
It's to distribute them.
Right.
Anyway, Sony Pictures has reportedly cut its budget for Ghost Rider: Spirits of Vengeance from $135 million, a mere $5 million less than the Avengers.
Well, it's Ghost Rider.
To a much leaner $75 million. Nearly half the budget has been shorn from this film.
Is it going to be a made-for-TV movie?
No. Well, what's happened is the studio has apparently so much capital tied up in the Spider-Man reboot, Men in Black 3, and David Fincher's Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
That they ain't spending any money on this pig.
Ghost Rider, exactly. So what has happened is cuts are taking place across the board, including our star, Nicolas Cage.
Is he still in the film?
He is still in the film, but
So he's getting his check.
his original check was for $12 million.
And how much is it now?
It is $7 million.
Really?
Yes.
And how does Nick feel about losing almost half of his check?
Nick hasn't chimed in on that yet, but I'm sure he's already signed on the dotted line.
I bet you that they gave him some sort of points deal with the thing. If it makes money, you'll get a percentage of the money it makes, just like the last film made money.
Well, here you go. The first film it cost $110 million to make, so think the second one's costing $75, and this is a couple of years down the road. The first film grossed worldwide $230 million, which isn't great Harry Potter-esque numbers, but at the same time, for a $100 million investment, it ain't bad.
Okay.
It ain't bad.
Well,
but,
I can see where that makes sense.
Well, I can see why they would cut the budget from 135 if they're thinking of a $250 million return. That's kind of like breaking even. You don't want to break even. Okay. So there you go. Money's tight, kids, even in movies.
In Spider-Man news...
We have Spider-Man.
In Spider-Man news, they announced some casting this weekend. Big casting news.
We have Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben.
We have Aunt May.
This would tell me they're redoing the origin.
Are they going to retell the origin? Are you kidding me?
Well, if Uncle Ben's in it...
Yeah, Uncle Ben's in it. And Uncle Ben...
It's one of those things that's like telling me, they've cast Jor-El. Oh, we're doing the origin.
Yeah, we're doing the origin, unless he's just a floating head.
Yeah.
All right. Uncle Ben is going to be played by Oscar winner Martin Sheen.
The President of the United
States.
States.
From The West Wing and also Apocalypse Now, if you want to go back into the archives a little bit. Now, here's a surprising bit of casting for old JR.
Uncle Ben's married, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, you got
to Aunt May,
who's supposed to be a feeble old woman.
Yes, feeble old woman.
Raquel Welch.
Who do you get that's a feeble old woman today to play?
Betty White.
Well, wow.
Betty White would be brilliant.
Not a bad idea.
That would be brilliant.
It's certainly a better idea than Sally Field.
No!
Who?
Sally Field.
Sally Field?
Yeah, the Flying Nun is going to be playing Aunt May. And if Aunt May wears the habit with the hat, that would be fantastic. But that's where it's two Oscar winners playing Uncle.
I can't believe they're going to do
Uncle Ben and Aunt Jemima. No, Uncle Ben and Aunt May.
Aunt May.
Well,
you know, Sally Field. She takes Boniva.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. And apparently she takes checks from Sony right now.
It's checks from Sony and Boniva.
Also, two people are up for J. Jonah Jameson right now. This nobody's sight on the dotted line. Mad Men's John Slattery, who also was in Iron Man 2 as Howard Stark. And not Liam Neeson. No. Sam Elliott as J. Jonah Jameson, which I think is an interesting choice.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And a dark choice, to be sure.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, it's a fabulous choice.
They couldn't get the guy who played it in the last three films, could they? Because he was
putting some separation in between those.
Oh, I still think it'd be a good idea for them to have one character who's a carryover from one to the other.
They do.
I think it would be.
And his name is Stan Lee.
Stan will show up. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, comic book man. We've got
X-Men First Class.
Yeah, X-Men
First
Class.
We got a little skosh of a story on
that. For those of you that were online and saw that there was a big rumor going around that Hugh Jackman was spotted on the set of X-Men First Class, and everybody went, Wolverine makes a cameo in X-Men First Class. Bryan Singer said,
Bub.
No. No. There will not be any Hugh Jackman in X-Men First Class.
Oh, you will regret that, son. You will regret that, son.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Hugh ain't cheap.
Yeah.
So,
recast him. Recast him. Wait, a younger Hugh Jackman. Of course, and again, he's supposed to be eternal. So
yeah, that's why you could get away with having him.
Well,
in the film.
Wolverine was born in the 1820s, apparently, according to the last Wolverine film and the comic book. So you recast him with a younger Wolverine because he was only 140 in 1960.
It's all convoluted and ugly.
Yeah, it makes all the sense in the world. Okay, that's it. We're done. We're finished right here. We got no more Marvel news, but you can go to the store's website and check out all of the media news that Bo sends me and all of his reviews.
Mine.
And until next, and where do you go? Where do you go?
Sarah knows. I don't. I have no clue.
Sarah.
God, you think you know this by now. www.myalternatereality.com. Am I your mother or something?
So stop off at the store's website, check out all of his reviews and all Bo's news. Until next time, it's Comic Book Man.
And it's JR.
Saying, Parker!
Hey kids, it's not Comic Book Man. Sweet Dan Sweet coming to you from Alternate Reality to let you know our hero of the month is Batman. Bruce Wayne is coming back from the dead, so that means everything from trade paperbacks, hardcovers, showcases, archives, and back issues featuring Batman are all 25% off. If you have holes in your collection, if you've been away from the series for a while, you need to get in here and get your books soon before they're gone, before they swing away.